continues to bring freezing rain and sleet across several states, including here in the upstate. I'm Sydney Shadrix.
And I'm Nigel Robertson. We've seen that freezing rain all throughout the day, kind of off and on now. The main concern now, losing power. Let's get a live look now at the sky cams from across our area. You can see Lawrence, Greenville, and Asheville. Lawrence live views right now, it's light there, and from the light, but you can see the reflection of the light from the water droplets there. You can see the fogginess in Greenville, and Asheville is looking quite nice tonight.
Yeah, and even though the precipitation has moved out, these winds are going to pick up, and I think that's what's causing the main concerns when it comes to power outages. Meteorologist Bradford Ambrose is here.
Yeah.
What is next? What can we expect as we go into the overnight?
Well, I will say something that has really developed here over the past several hours is fog, and in some places it's freezing fog. And that's fog when you have a surface air temperature of 32 or below. So the water droplets, obviously they're liquid, right? And so you're at 32 or below freezing, and they freeze on contact. So they add to the ice accretion we've already seen over the past 24
Just add some more into the mix,
right?
right? Just add it, throw it in.
What's a little bit more? All right, let's take a look out there right now on live Super Doppler 4. We've got quieting scans out there area wide. All of the precipitation falling from the sky has now moved out of the area, and that is some great news. But the impacts continue, especially a couple of the two hardest hit areas in our viewing area, Pickens and Oconee counties right now, where it looks like they have seen so far the brunt of the damage. All right, satellite radar picture across the southeast. Still raining here from Columbia down toward Myrtle Beach, down toward Charleston, Hilton Head, Savannah, back through Macon, Albany, Georgia, up toward coastal sections of North Carolina, toward Wilmington and the Outer Banks as that front continues to work its way south and east. All right, here's a live look from our Skycam Woodruff Road at 385. You should be able to see 385 from here. And you can see it a little bit, but we've had that fog developing here over the past several hours, now down to a 4-mile visibility in Greenville, less than 2 miles from Hendersonville down toward Pickens, 1-mile visibility from Clemson to Anderson, less than 1 mile in Hartwell, and less than 1 mile in Lawrence. And temperatures are flirting with freezing. So we're at 33 in Greenville, 33 in Anderson, but it's freezing fog from Pickens down toward Abbeville, also in Greenwood and Elberton, and just regular old fog up toward western North Carolina. As we head over the next several hours, temperatures really hovering where they are right now. We'll get above freezing likely by about 10 o'clock in the morning for the upstate, and into western North Carolina, you're below freezing through the day on Monday. We're tracking a refreezing threat and brutally cold temperatures, and also the winds will pick up as well. We'll have that latest hour-by-hour forecast here in just a few. Guys.
Bradford, thank you. As we continue to track this system and its impacts, make sure to turn on notifications on the free WYFF4 mobile app. You can also find the latest forecasts on WYFF4.com.
And heading into Monday as we start our week, several colleges and universities across our area are either closed tomorrow and Tuesday or e-learning tomorrow and Tuesday. Campus operations during severe weather vary from school to school. Officials do stress that anyone walking or driving in the next few days do so safely. That's true across the board. You can find a full list of these closures on WYFF4.com and scrolling at the bottom of your screen as well. Right now, the main concern is power outages. We've been keeping up with these numbers throughout the day as places in our area continue to be affected today and then into this evening.
The good news is from earlier today to now, the numbers in some areas have dropped significantly, meaning power crews are actively responding. Let's check in now across the area. North Carolina outages are dropping with about 20,860. Transylvania County is about we have that there. Well, South Carolina, we'll see there is 4,000. In Georgia, 86,000. Fulton County, the largest there with 19,000.
And tonight we are getting a look at what's causing some of the power outages. This is video from the Long Creek Volunteer Fire Department. That's in Oconee County. It shows how the ice is pulling down trees and then covering roadways. Firefighters shared this video to show why it will take so much time to restore power in some of our areas. And coming up, we're going to hear from county officials in North Carolina. That's an area that was initially reporting more than 11,000 outages.
Let's turn now to conditions in Anderson County. Our Maya Payton is live in Anderson right now. Maya, what do you see?
Well, you know, Nigel and Sydney, many people will be returning to work tomorrow, at least attempting to go. Many will be first responders. Others will be just simply testing their luck and taking a cruise down the road after being stuck in a few days. But let me show you how easy it is to lose traction on this ice. First of all, I feel very sturdy where I'm standing. You can see all that gloss, that's ice. I feel pretty sturdy, not confident, but sturdy. Let me take this little case. This is my headphone, my earphones case, and I'm going to show you how easy it is just to slide. I'm just going to push it lightly. Look at that. Look at it go. Look at it go. That just shows you how easy it is just to slip and go. Now, earlier here in Anderson County, we saw some people testing their luck, and the Anderson County Sheriff's Office had a few things to say. For the most part.
Thankfully, the community really has adhered to the warnings that we've put out. You can see there's not much activity behind here on the roads, and that's what we want to see.
Then there are others.
Every now and again, we see somebody who tests those limits. First responders have a lot on their plate right now. We are bogged down with other calls. So why even risk it? Because there's a chance that worst case scenario, you could even go into a pole, a tree, and first responders, they don't want to find you in those conditions.
Yeah, Shell told me that, you know, it's really hard on them when they have to take resources away from those who really need it to go to help those who were simply out there having a joyride in the ice. And so just be careful and mindful of yourself, of others, and these first responders who are really, you know, obviously laying their life on the line to help those in need. I'll have more coming up here in Anderson County, but for now, I'm Maya Payton, WYFF News 4.
Maya, you're right. You know, help officials help us, help your neighbor by staying off the roads. All right. There are some warming shelters that we do want to tell you about in our area. Greenville Rescue Mission is open. It is open, though, for men only. Miracle Hill, Shepherd's Gate, Regency Hill Drive, that's women and children only. And the Salvation Army is opening its dining hall as a warming station from 11 to 11:45 and from 1 to 4:45. They're also passing out blankets while they have them to give.
We have seen heavy sleet throughout the day coating the roads, at least providing a little traction, better than freezing rain would, which we're seeing now.
Our Stephanie Trotter is live in Greenville. What are you seeing out there on the roads out there and just in general, Stephanie?
Well, I got to tell you, when we were coming here, all of the primary roads, they are pretty clear. But the problem is you've got to get to those, right? And it's the secondary roads. When you look down all of the neighborhood roads and the exit and the on-ramps, those are still covered in ice. And we even fishtailed a little bit coming through one intersection to get here. We are back behind McAllister Square Mall where the Emergency Operations Center is. You can see a bank of ambulances and emergency vehicles that are ready to go out for a call. They've been coming and going from out back here all day long. Folks here tell us they have received triple the normal volumes of calls, people asking for help than they normally would on a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday night, but they said it's less than they expected. Here's more from the Director of Emergency Management.
Luck's been on our side. I think we've gotten more sleet than freezing rain today, so we've been able to conquer a lot of our issues very easily and not be impacted like we thought we would.
What they are really concerned about is black ice forming on these roads, and they do caution anybody, if you have to go to work tomorrow, leave with enough time to get there knowing you've got to drive slowly and be careful. Reporting live in Greenville County, Stephanie Trotter, WYFF News 4.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And with these cold temperatures, Spartanburg County officials say the emergency warming shelters will stay open until further notice.
Let's check in with our Peyton Furtado, who is in Spartanburg. And Peyton, what can you tell us?
Slush and ice, that's what I can tell you. It's cold out here. We're starting to see a little bit of melting. I'll show you one example right here. A little bit of melting, which is giving me some hope that the roads could be good later on, but honestly, I feel like I'm slipping on a banana peel every time I take a step. So we're going to take some very careful steps as we look out on the road. See, this is an example of what's not melting quite yet. We're seeing some impacted ice around the area, still so thick that it's impacting our roads, mostly not these main roads, of course, that have been treated and brined. But again, like Trotter said, like Stephanie said, you got to be able to get to those roads, so keep that in mind. One thing I do want to show you over here, we're just going to very carefully take some slow steps. Take a look at these branches, right? Fully encased in ice. Let's take a listen. the sound of ice. Fully encased, absolutely covered. You're going to want to be careful of branches like this, especially as these wind gusts pick up throughout the night and throughout tomorrow. We're going to be keeping an eye on all of that for you. For now, live in Spartanburg, Peyton Furtado, WYFF News 4.
Peyton, thank you very much. Now, while responding to power outages today, Blue Ridge Election Co-op says a tree fell directly onto one of their trucks on Highway 8. Blue Ridge says the 2 linemen inside the truck were not hurt. That is a good reminder of the dangerous conditions this storm is bringing.
Let's take a live look now from our Spartanburg sky cam. Blurry out there, and like Bradford said, seeing some fog in our area too. We are continuing to track impacts from this weekend's ice storm coming up.
And here's a live look from downtown Greenville, our Peace Center sky camera there. We've got that fog settling on in. 33 on the air temperature, tracking bitterly cold temperatures on the way for the next several days. The latest timing here in just a few.
When weather changes by the hour, you need accuracy in action.
It is a frigid night taking shape.
Preparing you for impacts today and what's coming next.
Those winds are eventually going to pick up.
Certified most accurate, backed by experience. WYFF News 4.
It doesn't get any better than this. Get the SUV deal of the season. Lease a new Ford Explorer for as low as $359 a month or get up to $8,000 off. Some serious savings. Visit us in Greer or online at ddmotors.com.
Get paid to upgrade at Fred Anderson Kia of Greer.
Drive new Kias today for $199 a month. Plus, before you buy, give us a try or get a $500 gift card.
Get it in Greer at Fred Anderson Kia.
We don't have time to get into all the reasons you may need urgent care. There's coughing, wheezing, itchy rashes, unpleasant infections, twists and rolls, cold and flu, tummies too. But at American Family Care Bon Secours Urgent Care, we always have the time to give you exceptional, convenient care. Because here, you can get in and out in about an hour. American Family Care Bon Secours Urgent Care.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all Silverado 1500 models. Or get $7,350 in total value plus $1,250 trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Y'all got electricity? Y'all got plugs and lights and appliances and a big ugly panel trying to keep it all running? Y'all wish a walrus could look after that for you? Y'all call Wally. Folger Plumbing, Air, and Electric can solve all your home electrical problems. After years of wiring water heaters and new AC units, we can now bring those skills to any electrical problem, from a simple repair to fixing whatever this is. Y'all got electricity? Y'all call Wally.com.
Get paid to upgrade at Fred Anderson Kia of Greer. Upgrade today with our best cash offer for your trade, the family plan, and Kia's 100,000-mile warranty.
0 APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on new Kias.
Get it in Greer at Fred Anderson Kia.
Get the SUV and truck deal of the season. Lease a new Ford Bronco Sport for as low as $339 a month or a new Ford Maverick for just $369 a month. 2 great options, 1 unbeatable value. Visit us in Greer or online at ddmotors.com.
We are also following breaking news out of Maine tonight, where a private jet with 8 people on board crashed on takeoff from an airport in Bangor. Right now, it's unclear if anyone was hurt or if they were killed. It happened as snow was falling in the area, causing low visibility. Early reports indicate the plane was a business jet and it was registered to a company in Houston, Texas. The FAA and NTSB will investigate.
All right, hey there, everyone, and live Super Doppler 4 quiet scans out there right now. All of the precipitation has now moved out of the area. That is some great news, but the impacts do continue here over the next several days, unfortunately, as the wind will pick up overnight and through the day on Monday, and we'll see refreezing of all of those slick spots and any untreated surfaces for the better part of the next week. All right, the main storm system just east of our viewing area right now. That will slowly work its way off toward the coast. Temperatures flirting with that freezing point right now, 31, 32, 33, 34 in that general range, pretty much area wide. 34 currently in Asheville, it's 34 in Hendersonville, it's 31 in Gaffney, it's sitting right at freezing in Spartanburg, 33 downtown Greenville to Anderson, 31 Abbeville. Good evening in Greenwood, coming in at 32 degrees, also 32 in Lawrence. We've had fog developing here over the past several hours. Once again, it's a live look from our Woodruff Road sky camera there, and you can see 385 down there, and where it is at freezing, 32 or below. This is freezing fog, so those water particles are freezing upon contact, but we're patchy right now. We may see this develop into some dense fog during the overnight hours, something we'll watch very closely, but the saving grace here within the next few hours, the wind will pick up. Look at the wind gusts from Asheville to Hendersonville, between 30 and 40 plus miles per hour. It's going to be a northwest wind. And unfortunately, with the ice on the power lines and the tree limbs and the trees, we will likely see a bump up and those power outages through the day on Monday. They will eventually start to go down early Tuesday morning. All right, for Monday morning, wind chill, single digits in teens into western North Carolina, teens and 20s for the upstate through northeast Georgia. Here's the hourly forecast for tomorrow. We'll finally get above freezing in the upstate northeast Georgia by about 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning, and highs on either side of 40 degrees. In the mountains, we're stuck below freezing throughout the day with increasing sunshine, high temperatures into the 20s to near 30. Here's your 4-day forecast, live Super Doppler for alert days, Monday and Tuesday, impact days, Wednesday and Thursday. Black ice during the morning hours. We'll get a good deal of melting done during the afternoon with those highs in the upper 30s to near 40, but it will refreeze overnight as those temperatures will tumble down into the single digits and teens and staying cold heading into next weekend. 4-day plus for the mountains here. Alert days in effect for Monday and Tuesday. Impact days Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll finally get above freezing in the mountains during the day on Tuesday. Those temperatures hovering 20s and 30s for the rest of the week and staying cold heading into next weekend. Guys.
Bradford, thank you. We have reporters pretty much everywhere, and we were bringing you updates in South Carolina and North Carolina as well.
And our Nate Stanley is in North Carolina right now, where he has been feeling those low temperatures in Asheville, but the hat has come off. Nate, you know, maybe that's a bit of a good sign. He says, Sydney, Nigel, it's still cold, right?
It certainly is. Not wearing the hat might have been my worst decision all day because we have felt, as Bradford mentioned, those winds pick up in the last few minutes that we have been out here. But for the most part, Asheville today has been pretty slow. There hasn't been a lot of precipitation, and looking around right now, there aren't a lot of puddles or much ice, especially compared to where we were yesterday. We'll show you some video of what it looked like earlier today. The day did start with some light precipitation, and for the most part, downtown Asheville was empty, but there were still some folks hanging around, some cars driving through the streets, and the temperatures rose, thawing much of the ice accumulation that we did see yesterday. Local officials say they didn't need to respond to too many major events this weekend, and that's thanks to people listening to those warnings to stay home unless it's an emergency. And for a weekend in Asheville, people here say it's been like a ghost town.
It's like last night we were walking around trying to find anywhere to open, and there was the Asian Bistro was open, but besides that there was literally nothing. We tried like 3 different places. It was crazy, but I mean we got food at some point.
Some bright lights for the weekend. Tonight, though, as Bradford mentioned, the wind we expect to pick up, the temperatures to drop, so much of what we see around us could be turning into ice. A reminder, Asheville City schools do not have class tomorrow. It is a teacher workday and no e-learning. Reporting in Asheville, Nate Stanley, WYFF News 4.
Nate, thank you, and thank you to all of our reporters and crews who have been in the field today, bringing you the very latest, including in downtown Greenville.
Yeah, that's where we find our Taniqua Penix with an update on conditions there. Taniqua.
Hey, Nigel, Sydney, because of the sleet and frozen rain, emergency management and first responders are actually urging people to stay off the roads. They even say walking in these conditions can be risky, and they just want you to stay home if you can. We've seen quite a few people out here, so they're not listening to that. But just be mindful. Now, crews have been plowing the main roads here, but some of the side streets are still blanketed in ice, and due to the icy roads, Greenville city facilities will be closed tomorrow. That includes all city offices and the zoo. Greenlink bus service will be suspended. Trash and recycling pickup shifts by one day all week, and tomorrow's city council meeting is also canceled. Now, right now, traffic signals are good, but if power goes out, the traffic lights will be dark, and police say you want to treat that like a four-way stop, so you know how that works. We also have some drops right here. We feel like it's some of the ice actually melting off the branches here. This is not raining per se, but you do see, maybe you can see that on camera, some droplets. You can go walk by. But for now, reporting live downtown Greenville, Taniqua Penix, WYFF News 4.
Taniqua, thank you. Another thing that we've been tracking all throughout the evening, of course, are power outages. And we do want to add that by staying off the roads, you're also staying out of the way of the power crews who can get to where they're going safely and start to tackle these power outages.
Rashad Williams joins us now. And Rashad, I know you've been tracking the power outages in Henderson County, North Carolina.
Yeah, so earlier this evening around 5 p.m., Henderson County had the majority of power outages reported in North Carolina. That number was more than 11,000. Now in real time, we're checking the map here. Through Duke Energy in Henderson County, active power outages, the number sits at 13. So that just goes to show that crews are hard at work when it comes to restoring power, and they need space when they're out there working as well. So officials want you to know, and they're reminding you to stay off of the roads.
We're in the mountains, so we're going to have a lot of hills and a lot of ups and downs. And, if it's a little icy as you go down the hill, you can't really stop if you get going. So I think that's the biggest thing. Ice is just not a friend of mountain roads. And that's why anytime we have a real icy condition, we just really encourage residents, try and stay off of it.
According to Duke Energy's website, they say, quote, due to the severity of the icing and difficulties associated with poor travel conditions, crews are only beginning damage assessments where conditions safely allow. Please remain vigilant and avoid downed power lines and storm debris. So that means more power expected to be restored as the conditions improve. We have a list of links for you to check out on outages and detailing how you can report outages. That includes different utilities serving customers in our area, Duke Energy, Lawrence Electric, and Blue Ridge Electric, among others. You can find that article on our website, WYFF4.com, or the WYFF4 app.
And the precipitation has now moved out of the area. This is a live look at Live Super Doppler 4, but the impacts will continue into the brand new work week and school week. Increased power outages will be possible, and brutally cold wind chills. We'll map it out here coming up in just a few. Stick around, sports is next.
The WYFF4 app. Know about the biggest stories as they're breaking with alerts tailored just for you. Download the WYFF4 app now.
Everybody loves Raymond on MeTV.
I love you, son.
Especially
me. You forget I'm a mother?
How could I?
Because mother loves best.
What's the steak for?
My son.
Whether you like it.
Nobody makes cake like you.
And nobody eats it like you.
Cut the cord.
Or not.
Get out.
I'm just trying to help.
Thank you, Mom.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Weeknights starting at 9 on MeTV Carolina.
Real deal savings are store-wide at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Get our lowest prices and payments on every new Chevy truck and SUV in stock.
Get it in Greer at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I'm Matt from Call Dad. Wonder what it would sound like if our heating and cooling services were sung in a jingle.
When air inside your home is iffy, Dad will be there in a jiffy. Dad will leave you feeling spiffy. Call Dad. All you gotta do is call Dad.com.
I like that.
All you gotta do is call Dad.com.
This experience with Akeem Law Firm has been amazing. Just know that they're gonna do their job, be patient with them, work with them, and they'll get the job done.
If you don't scream, call Akeem. 800 all 7.
an icy winter storm.
Concerns growing across our area.
WYFF News 4, alerting you days ahead.
I've issued live Super Doppler 4 alert days,
keeping you updated as conditions change.
Most of us are starting to transition into freezing rain.
Live team coverage across the area.
Sleet is coming down. These temperatures are so cold.
With critical alerts on the app.
We're going to continue to stay with you here through the worst part of the storm.
For continuing weather coverage, stay with WYFF News 4.
Real deal savings are store-wide at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Get our lowest prices and payments on every new GMC and Buick vehicle in stock.
Get it in Greer at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
A historic finish calls for a bold move, and Benson Greer is making one. 2025 Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, and Gladiators priced to move right now. Over 120 remaining 2025s, and January is the deadline. Start something new. Benson Greer.
Live Super Doppler 4 weather is sponsored by Benson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
I want to challenge all of those coaches that have reached out to me. I want to challenge all of them. You need to step up and call it out. Otherwise, don't complain. You either step up and you be an example to young coaches in this profession and be people of integrity, or just shut your mouth and don't complain again.
Friday full of mic drops for Dabo Swinney in the Clemson press conference heard around the college football world. If you're stuck inside, hadn't seen it yet, we've uploaded a full hour of his impassioned remarks to our website, WYFF4.com. You just got to click the sports tab. Conference Championship Sunday in the NFL is Super Bowl 60 beckons. The first semifinal Sunday between the AFC Championship game between the conference's top two seeds, Denver and New England. Top seed Denver turning to backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham after their starter Bo Nix broke a bone in his ankle last week. Stidham feeling it early after connecting on a deep shot to Marvin Mims Jr. Rolling out, hits Cortland Sutton in the back corner. Broncos ahead 7-0. Second quarter, Denver's defense exceptional, but after Stidham fumbles, Drake May, touchdown for the Charlotte native and Tar Heel, ties the game at 7. Conditions rapidly worsening in the second half. Will Lutz's game-tying kick, at first you'd think taken by the wind, but no, it was actually deflected by Leonard Taylor. Take a second look, and the Patriots hold Denver scoreless in the final 3 quarters to win their 12th AFC Championship, 10-7, get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2018. Sunny skies in Seattle for the NFC Championship between Rams and Seahawks. 13-10 Rams late in the half. Seahawks go 74 yards in 6 plays. Sam Darnold finds Jackson Smith-Njigba, the NFL's leading receiver. Monster day, 10 grabs for $153. Seattle 17-13 at halftime. Now it's 24-20 Seahawks. Darnold to Cooper Kupp. 3 touchdowns for Darnold, 346 through the air. After a taunting penalty gives Los Angeles life, Matt Stafford makes him pay. Hooks up with Puka Nacua, pulls L.A. within 4, but Seattle pulls off a late goal line stand. The clock runs out on the Rams. Seattle and former Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold heading to their 4th Super Bowl in franchise history. What a story there. So Super Bowl 60 will be a rematch of Super Bowl 49 that was won by the Patriots back in 2015. Sunday, February 8th from Santa Clara, right here on WYFF4. It was a top 5 type of Sunday for South Carolina, the second-ranked Gamecocks coming off their first SEC loss of the year, hosting undefeated 5th-ranked Vanderbilt. Carolina hasn't lost back-to-back games since 2019. Weren't about to start Sunday in CLA after getting routed in overtime in Oklahoma. Red-hot start for SC. Tania Latson, pickpocket all the way to the rack for the bucket, plus the foul. Gamecocks start the game up 11-2. Then it's Latson already getting it done down low and taking care of business outside. 3 ball at the buzzer. Gamecocks led 33-16 after the first quarter, and USC piling on. Tessa Johnson, sharp shooter. She had 20. Latson had 21. 5 Gamecocks in double figures. South Carolina routs Vandy 103-74. Don't have time to show it to you, but Clemson beating Notre Dame in South Bend for the first time since 2019. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
WYFF News 4 Sports is sponsored by Fairway Ford, locally owned and operated since 1966.
Get up to $13,000 off MSRP on new F-150 pickups or 0.9% financing at Fairway Ford. Choose from the largest selection of new Fords in the upstate today at Fairway Ford.
In the Carolinas, one name means more new Ford trucks. Fairway Ford.
There's one for everyone at Fred Anderson Toyota, where you get the family plan, including lifetime oil changes.
Get 0 APR on new RAV4s or drive for $279 a month.
Fred Anderson Toyota of Greer.
Our phones are full of notifications, but you need alerts that connect you to what's happening right now. The WYFF 4 app, your forecast from local meteorologists, with personalized weather alerts for your zip code.
Gusty winds, hail, and again, that isolated tornado threat.
And know about the biggest stories as they're breaking.
We do have breaking news in Spartanburg County.
With alerts tailored just for you, so you're always prepared for what's next. Download the WYFF 4 app now.
We are the South Carolina Forestry Commission. As an emergency response organization, we work to prevent and suppress wildfires statewide. As an economic development institution, we help recruit forest products industries to South Carolina. As a customer service agency, we work with landowners large and small to help them manage their forest lands to the maximum potential. As a champion for natural resource conservation, we teach environmental education to students and even train teachers how to do the same. As a purveyor of scientific and sustainable forestry, we practice what we preach on state lands, advancing tree genetics, conducting prescribed burning, and optimizing forest land for many uses. The work we do supports the responsible and sustainable growth of the state's woodlands, the industries that use them, and the quality of life their bounty supports. We are the South Carolina Forestry Commission.
South Carolina Forest, they'll grow on you.
Fred Anderson Toyota, where used car buyers go to get it all. Huge selection, everyday low prices, and the family plan, including lifetime oil changes. Get it all in Greer at Fred Anderson Toyota.
At Fairway Ford, you can choose from over 100 new Ford Broncos and get 2.9% financing or save up to $6,000 off MSRP now. At Fairway Ford.
Since 1966, we've been the Upstate's volume Ford dealer.
The big stories, exclusive video, details that matter to you. The leader in live local breaking news. WYFF News 4. WYFF News 4 starts with breaking news.
And we continue to bring you breaking news tracking this weekend's winter ice storm.
Dangerous ice and power outages are taking place in our region, along with those worsening road conditions as the temperatures drop. Let's take a look outside. That is our Paris Mountain sky cam, but as Bradford told us earlier, we're now seeing fog out there, and that's become a big part of our evening.
Let's get right to the area's certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Bradford Ambrose. Bradford, what are we looking at there?
Yeah, we are looking at the cloud deck is low, so that you're looking at the cloud ceiling is really Paris Mountain is stuck in the clouds right now, so the cloud ceiling is below 20,000 feet. All right, let's take a look at 2,000 feet. All right, it is late, my goodness. All right, live Super Doppler 4 out there, quiet scans area wide, and expecting quiet scans as we work into the overnight hours. It's been a long weekend, guys. Satellite radar picture, we've got moisture stretching through eastern portions of North Carolina, South Carolina, middle Georgia, and that's the storm system. We'll be working off the coast here in just a little while. All right, here's a look at our Skycam network. We've got that fog developing, and in some cases, it is freezing fog. I will say downtown Greenville, we're just above freezing at 33 degrees, 32 currently in Spartanburg, 33 in Anderson, and 34 currently in Asheville. Visibility-wise, we are seeing areas of fog out there. It could be locally dense here within the next couple of hours, but a little bit of our saving grace as we work into the overnight hours. The winds will start to pick up, unfortunately, with the ice on the trees. It's 33 downtown Greenville once again, 33 at Anderson, 32 at Abbeville, it's 34 in Hendersonville, it's 31 currently in Gaffney. So over the next 12 hours, will be really cold. We'll see temperatures hovering near freezing. We'll finally get above freezing definitively by about 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning for the upstate. You're not getting above freezing into the mountains tomorrow with those temperatures during the daylight hours hovering into the teens and 20s. Here coming up in just a few minutes, we'll have the latest hour-by-hour forecast on those wind gusts and talk about our alert days and impact days here over the next several days. Guys.
Bradford, thank you, and we continue our team coverage across the region tonight.
Our Peyton Furtado is live in Spartanburg. Peyton.
Hey, good evening. At this point, this morning made way for sleet and ice throughout the rest of the afternoon. Now we're in that time of day when everything's refreezing. We tracked all of that for you throughout today in Spartanburg County. Take a look. Spartanburg sat under a quiet sheet of ice Sunday afternoon. clear conditions.
Baby up top, dog didn't want to walk, so he went in the lower part, but baby has like multiple layers on, blanket on top, nothing's getting him.
Inviting cooped up Spartanburgers into the cold.
We stashed up on groceries over the weekend, so we're good to go, non-perishables, just in case anything does happen.
While a few people were out earlier on in the day, the temperatures dropped, more precipitation fell, the winds picked up. Things are getting chilly out here. Take a look at this fountain. Absolutely frozen solid in some places. People are being told to go back inside at this point of the day in the evening of Sunday and to stay warm and to stay prepared just in case of an outage.
Trees starting to bend over under the weight of ice, that power lines are starting to sag considerably under the weight of the ice, and that's only going to continue.
Doug Bryson, Executive Director of Spartanburg County Emergency Management, says his two main concerns are outages and roads.
So we're not hoping to see the widespread devastation that we saw in Helene, but again, we have to be prepared for anything.
Obviously, whether it's an inch thick or 3 inches thick, you know, it's the same amount of traction.
Master Trooper Mitchell Ridgway's rule of thumb, stay off the road if you don't need to be out here, but if you have to drive.
You know, anytime you step on the throttle a little too hard and conditions like we're talking about, is your tires are going to spin. You have to brake gently. If you jam on the brakes, you're going to lose traction and you're just going to skid and you're going to lose control of your vehicle. And of course, you don't want to turn too sharply or too abruptly.
And keep that in mind today, obviously, and throughout the rest of this early part of the week if you do have to hit the roads. In Spartanburg, I'm Peyton Furtada for WYFF News 4.
Peyton, thank you to Greenville County. Now, Stephanie Trotter has been checking in with Greenville County Emergency Operations all day.
Stephanie, the scene a bit different today than it was this time Saturday.
I got to tell you, folks here are breathing a little bit of sigh of relief. They say that today went better than they expected, but they also caution we are not out of the woods yet. Here's more of what the Director of Emergency Management shared with us.
Crews will continue to staff the Emergency Operations Center tonight and tomorrow, working through some of the cold temperatures, helping with roadway clearing. Any type of emergency services response may be delayed a little bit, trying to get enough personnel to some of these bigger calls, but we'll be working with crews to make sure they have what they need to respond.
He did tell us a lot of those crews are working 12-hour shifts trying to keep everybody safe out on the road. They also caution if folks have to go to work tomorrow, here's a lay of the land. Primary roads have primarily been cleared, but it's getting to those that can be difficult. It is the neighborhood roads and the secondary roads and those exit ramps and the on-ramps that still are covered in ice. In fact, we fishtailed a little bit just coming here today, getting onto Pleasantburg Drive. Stay safe, stay warm, stay home if you can tomorrow, the start of the work week. Reporting live in Greenville County, Stephanie Trotter, WYFF News 4.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, get on inside. I know it's well past your bedtime. All right, Asheville Sky Camera. Got low cloud ceiling out there right now, below 500 feet. We've got fog developing, 34 on the air temperature, feeling like 30. We're tracking brutally cold wind chills, wind gusts, and very cold temperatures here over the next several days. Latest timing here in just a few. Stick around.
Make it a new car, new year, and get 1.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Crosstrek at Fairway Subaru.
Where we're always open at fairwaysubarusc.com.
Right now at Rooms To Go, get beautiful living rooms at super low prices. Choose this sectional or sofa and love seat set in 2 great colors, just $9.99 or $20 a month, interest-free for 50 months. Shop and save now at Rooms To Go.
Real deal savings are store-wide at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Get our lowest prices and payments on every new Chevy truck and SUV in stock.
Get it in Greer at Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
When you play Cash Prop from the South Carolina Education Lottery, who knows where the light will take you? Winning Cash Prop is easy, but what you do with the cash is entirely up to you.
the smart start to your morning.
Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Destiny Chance.
And I'm Aaron Baker.
Breaking news right now.
This is an exclusive look from Sky 4.
Covering more places.
Now reporting live in Greenville in Spartanburg County.
Now to Pickens County.
More stories that matter to you.
We're watching this heavy rain off to our west.
The area's certified most accurate forecast and traffic updates to keep you on time. Live, local, breaking news for your morning. Wake up and watch WYFF News 4 today.
Weeknights at 11.
We are following breaking news.
Quick, complete news and weather to end your day.
What we have is a big dome of high pressure coming in.
Up to speed and ready for tomorrow in just 30 minutes. Live local breaking news at 11. WYFF News 4.
Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, South Carolina's only dealership with all 4 iconic brands. Get performance, power, style, and luxury, all at our lowest real deal price.
Fred Anderson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Right now at Rooms to Go, get beautiful bedrooms at super low prices. This modern farmhouse-style queen bedroom with dresser and mirror is on sale in 2 finishes, just $9.99 or $20 a month, interest-free for 50 months, only at Rooms to Go.
One name means more new Subarus, Fairway Subaru, and for a limited time,
get 0.9% financing for 72 months on new 25 Outbacks at Fairway Subaru,
where we're always open at fairwaysubarusc.com.
Live Super Doppler 4, only on WYFF News 4.
All right, our live Super Doppler 4 alert day does continue Monday and Tuesday. We're done with the precipitation, but the brutally cold temperatures and the potential here for power outages as the winds will pick up overnight. Live Super Doppler 4, once again, quiet out there right now. Satellite radar picture showing most of the moisture here from the Outer Banks down to Wilmington, Myrtle Beach, Columbia, through Augusta, Macon, down to Albany, Georgia, Savannah, Hilton Head, and over toward Charleston as that all is pushing off toward the coast. I will say we are slightly above freezing now from Asheville to Hendersonville, downtown Greenville, Anderson, Clemson, slightly above freezing. Toccoa, we're sitting at freezing from Pickens to Walhalla down toward Elberton and Hartwell and Abbeville and Greenwood and Lawrence and Union. So we're flirting with that freezing mark. May get above it here in some of our hometowns as we head over the next several hours. And we have had areas of fog developing over the past few hours. This was freezing fog in Greenville. Now temperature just above freezing. So it's just some areas of fog. Could be locally dense here within the next couple hours. That's a live look from our Woodruff Road sky camera overlooking 385. Down to a half-mile visibility in Anderson, less than a mile in Lawrence. We're sitting at 4-mile visibility in Greenville and less than 2 miles down in Abbeville. The winds will pick up here within the next several hours. It will be a northwest wind, gusts of 30 to 40 plus across the higher ridge tops into western North Carolina. Unfortunately, northern portions of Oconee and Pickens counties where you all have seen the brunt of the power outages so far today. Gusts elsewhere up to around 25 miles per hour. Once again, it's a northwest wind through the day on Monday. Calmer winds expected as we head into Tuesday. So wind chills tomorrow morning, single digits and teens into western North Carolina, teens and 20s elsewhere. Over the next 12 hours during the day on Monday for the upstate, we'll finally get above freezing by about 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning. Increasing sunshine. We'll see highs in the upper 30s to low 40s for the upstate, northeast Georgia. Into the mountains, totally different situation. You're going to stay below freezing throughout the day. I will say we'll see a good deal of sunshine, so that may add to some melting there. As we head into the day on Tuesday in Greenville, it's going to be another cold day. Starting off in the teens, will warm up eventually into the 20s and 30s for feels like temperatures. 4-day forecast, live Super Doppler for alert days Monday, Tuesday, impact days Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. While our afternoon highs will get above freezing, the overnight lows will plummet well below freezing. So we will see refreezing of any liquid on any untreated surfaces, especially the roadways. So we're going to watch for that black ice potential here. 4-day plus for the mountains here. Alert days Monday and Tuesday. Impact days Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Guys.
Redford, thank you. Hearing you say the word sunshine a moment ago, music to our ears.
Yes.
All right, in Greenville today, there was a moment when some people were able to get out and enjoy those icy conditions while they were still enjoyable out in Unity Park.
All right, Taniqua Penix is live in Greenville with the latest. Taniqua.
Hey, you guys are absolutely right. I mean, we've been talking about ice, power outages, and just staying off the road. But earlier today, we were at Unity Park where kids were laughing, playing, going up and down the slides, sledding, just having a really good time, getting some last-minute fun before conditions got too dangerous. It was and still is freezing outside, so everyone was bundled up with their hats, gloves, and scarves. And to avoid frostbite, experts recommend you cover exposed skin, layer up with loose, warm layers, and take frequent warm-up breaks, especially for kids. But right now, city leaders are just asking people, please stay off the roads, only come out for emergencies. For now, reporting live in Greenville, Taniqua Penix, WYFF News 4.
Taniqua, thank you very much. Let's head out to Anderson County and check the conditions there.
That's where we find our Maya Payton. Maya.
Hey, you guys, I want you to just imagine with me, if you will, that this is a porch, maybe your porch, okay? And so, you have your porch light. Right now I'm going to be using a flashlight, and you can, obviously see with your eyes using the light that, okay, that's ice, that's slippery ice. Then you look on your bench on your porch or your chairs and you see what appears to be water, but we know very well that this is, that's ice, right? And we look at other surfaces, all that's ice, all right? Well, there are many people here in Anderson County who do not have power right now, and so they're going to be relying on their own judgment. But let's look at the power outages here in Anderson County, okay? I'm using the map that the Anderson County Emergency Management Division uses. So we're looking at 670 power outages right now in Anderson County. 648, that's Duke Energy, and then 22, that's Blue Ridge. Now, earlier around 6 o'clock, I told you there were only about 170 power outages in Anderson County. Then around 10 o'clock, it got up to the high 800s, and now we're seeing, 670, so that's on the lower scale. But I spoke to the director over at the Anderson Emergency Management, that's Josh Hawkins. He said, Maya, as we go into the night and into the morning, we may see more power outages because we're going to be dealing with no light, making those temperatures drop even further down. So he's concerned about that. And he's also concerned about the roadways, especially the major highways. He said that's going to be their first concern, waking up in the morning. They're going to be trying to look out how to clear those and make sure people can get to where they need to go if they have to go to work, or first responders out on these roadways. Also, with these power outages, you're looking at more people going into shelters. Josh Hawkins, he told me that, over at Hope Missions, they're reaching nearly full capacity. They're not there yet, but they're inching a little closer. Then over at the Civic Center, they also are seeing some higher numbers. But of course, we'll tell you about everything that's coming here in Anderson County as we enter in the morning. You guys have a good and safe night. I'm Maya Payton, WYFF News 4.
And we're tracking, unfortunately, pipe bursting cold temperatures here for the next several days. Alert days in effect Monday and Tuesday. Impact days Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll have another look at that live Super Doppler 4 extended forecast here coming up in just a few.
Get a sky view of weather all across our area with WYFF News 4's Skycam Network, sponsored by Big O Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen, doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall county?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
When weather changes by the hour, you need accuracy in action.
It is a frigid night taking shape.
Trust the WYFF News 4 weather team, preparing you for impacts today.
Got some big changes on the way.
I would have mittens, scarf, maybe a hat.
And what's coming next.
Gusty winds, heavier downpours.
Certified most accurate, backed by experience.
Those winds are eventually going to pick up and really intensify.
Keeping you prepared through our changing weather. WYFF News 4. Rapid response to live local breaking news.
This is new Sky 4 video showing a small
Sky
protest.
4, getting there first, capturing the story as it unfolds.
Emergency officials are working to contain it.
Fast, focused, nothing gets you closer.
All lanes are back open following a
On
deadly
top of
crash.
the stories that impact you.
Exclusive Sky 4 video showing the recent progress.
Only on WYFF News 4. Rapid response to live local breaking news. Sky 4.
Everybody loves Raymond on MeTV, especially
Me? You forget I'm a mother?
How could I?
because Mother loves best.
Nobody makes cake like you.
And nobody eats it like you.
Cut the cord.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Weeknights starting at 9 on MeTV Carolina.
A part of Interstate 85 North in Gastonia, North Carolina is shut down after a semi-truck overturned. NCDOT says that incident happened around 4 p.m. today at exit 20 near North Hope Church Road. The interstate remains closed between mile marker 19 and 20. Police say the crash was due to those hazardous conditions from the ice storm. Thankfully, no injuries were reported.
Lawrence Electric Co-op crews were out this evening cutting sagging vegetation away from power lines. This picture is from Bramlett Church Road in Gray Court. Lawrence Electric says 200 personnel members are available to respond to any outages around the clock. You can report power outages to 1-866-9-RESTORE or online at lawrenceelectric.com/outages. Meanwhile, in North Carolina, students at Wake Forest University did not waste any time getting out to play in the snow and ice that fell on campus. Got to get creative when you're in college, and a few students had to improvise using everything from sheet pans to cardboard and even mattresses as sleds. Some students say they've been tracking the weather all week, but wasn't exactly what they thought it would be, but they had fun anyway.
Look at that. That looks like a lot of fun. Also in North Carolina, the group of Buddhist monks are continuing their walk for peace through Raleigh despite the snow and the sleet. Right now, they are on day 92 of their 120-day journey, so they are getting there. The group started in Texas, and they're making their way to Washington, D.C. All right, let's take a live look now from our Lawrence Skycam as we continue to track the impacts from this weekend's ice storm.
I want to be that person. I want to be like him.
Teachers inspire the leaders of tomorrow.
I just want to make sure that they feel really ready for the day. They feel loved and valued.
Whatever they can do to make them their best self, that's my job to help them attain that.
Nominate your favorite teacher for the Golden Apple Award. Pick up a form at your local Ingalls, then watch WYFF News 4 Thursdays at 5.
And I like how nice she is, and she might be the best teacher I've had.
Every story deserves a voice.
When he pulled out the pin, it exploded.
Her extraordinary story of survival.
I have these professionals to teach me. At Inside Edition, we question. Who is it? Who could it be? We listen.
Let's give this thing a try.
We uncover.
This simple hand gesture could save your life.
Real stories, real people, real impact. Every story needs a voice.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WYFF 4.
Stay connected, informed, and prepared. Weeknights at 6 and 11.
The Spartanburg community is still asking questions.
From alert to live, what you need to know right now.
Deputies responding to a call of shots fired.
Live breaking news in your community. Nigel Robertson, Sydney Shadricks, and your certified most accurate forecast. Trusted live local breaking news. Weeknights at 6 and 11. WYFF News 4. WYFF News 4, covering the live local breaking news, developing now, tracking what's next with the area's certified most accurate forecast. And this February, the biggest live events are right here. The best athletes, the top games, the biggest stories. This February will be legendary. Only on WYFF 4.
The storm became really serious at this hour last night with ice, dropping temperatures, and the winds.
But Jane Roblo invites us to spend just 1 minute reflecting on some fun spots in the day and some of your videos that brought us all some shared smiles.
At the end of a neighborhood cul-de-sac in Simpsonville, children gathered, putting brand new sleds to the sleet-coated street to experience the thrill of a sled ride for the very first time. They didn't need a perfect snowy powder to enjoy the day, just a little ice, the pull of gravity, and the warmth of family and friends. But not everyone was excited about the frozen conditions, Anne's invitation to her pup to take a little walk outside in Greenville was tried and quickly rejected. No thanks, I'm good inside. But these ladies were loving it. Brad sent this in. Some 24 hens pecking for some bugs and food right through the sleet, enjoying the winter weather in Simpsonville. Clucking, happy winter hens. In Tigerville, some golf course sledding with dramatic commentary.
He's going straight to the pond.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, TC!
But Trey Cawthon did manage to stay out of the drink as he sledded number 16 at the Cherokee Valley Golf Course. Flying or gently gliding over the ice is a thrill that memories are made of. And these are the bright spots in a storm that will be talked about for years to come. Jane Robelo, WYFF News 4.
And thank you all for sharing your videos with us.
Yeah, and thank you for your trust. Storms like these, they can bring out a lot of anxiety as we cover all of the details and guide you through everything. But we just want to say thank you for continuing to stay with us through all of it. We'll be right back with one more check on your weather.
We don't have time to get into all the reasons you may need urgent care. There's coughing, wheezing, itchy rashes, unpleasant infections, twists and rolls, cold and flu, tummies too. But at American Family Care Bon Secours Urgent Care, we always have the time to give you exceptional, convenient care. Because here, you can get in and out in about an hour. American Family Care Bon Secours Urgent Care.
Everybody loves Raymond on MeTV.
I love you, son.
Especially
Me? You forget I'm a mother?
How could I?
because mother loves best.
What's the steak for?
My son.
Whether you like it
Nobody makes steak like you.
And nobody eats it like you.
Cut the cord.
or not,
Get out.
I'm just trying to help.
Thank you, Mom.
everybody loves Raymond.
Weeknights starting at 9 on MeTV Carolina.
We're going to be home in a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes.
Really? What happened? Guys, who did this?
Are you a parent that needs help? Do you feel overwhelmed and need help supporting your family? Do you have parenting questions and need local resources? Check out scparents.org to search for resources, advice, and events in your area. We all know parenting can be hard, but you've got this, and SC Parents is here to help.
I would say to any young man, any young woman, come give us a try. This will turn into a fabulous career, one that you would be able to take care of yourself and your family, do really well, and perhaps one day become a supervisor, get promoted, teach and train others, lift them up. I welcome all people to take this job. I loved it so much, I did it twice.
Are y'all ready for bed? Yeah, retweet. Well, that really doesn't exist anymore. All right, 4-day plus here. We've got alert days in effect Monday, Tuesday. Really cold temperatures starting off. I will say we'll get decent melting during the day. Combination of temperatures slightly above freezing, even though it's still going to be cold, upper 30s, low 40s. We're going to be above freezing. Sunshine will help the melting, but anything that's melted on any untreated surfaces does include, those roadways, will turn into a sheet of ice during the overnight hours each and every night. That's pipe bursting cold. So you need to drip your pipes, drip your faucets here every night. You won't have to do it during the day, but certainly we're going to be in the tundra here for the next 7+ days.
All right, Bradford, thank you. Thank you to our entire team of meteorologists. Thank you to our entire team here. And most importantly, thank you for watching WYFF News 4's extended coverage of this weekend's ice storm. We'll see you at 4 a.m.
Bye-bye.
The WYFF4 app with personalized weather alerts for your zip code, so you're always prepared for what's next. Download the WYFF4 app now. The area's most accurate forecast can only be found right here. The WYFF News 4 weather team, independently certified most accurate by WeatherRate.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work.
It's not worth trying.
What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures.
Tell me it's not worth trying.
It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
From the nicest man in Mayberry
I'm an honest man and an honest sheriff.
to the biggest mouth in Queens,
You're gonna love this!
you won't find a better sheriff
Oh, shucks.
or a worse neighbor.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
The Andy Griffith Show, weeknights at 8.
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
And All in the Family, Sundays at 8.
Get lost.
MeTV Carolina, WYFF 4.2 and Charter Spectrum 194.
911, what city is your emergency?
The true crime original you watch in prime time
is a stranger than fiction story.
Also available every weekday.
It's bad to begin with, and it got so much worse.
I'm Craig Melvin. Join me for Dateline, weekdays at 11 on WYFF 4.
Sky 4, only on WYFF News 4.
Mom's worst nightmare.
Help me, help me.
The heart-stopping video.
Mama.
We're gonna get your mama, okay?
Plus, real-life Catch Me If You Can.
Cops say the accused scammer pretended to be a pilot so he could fly around the world for free.
Just like the movie. Then, can you believe what these college students are wearing? It's freezing outside. How far will they go to stay stylish? And the table surfing phenomenon. Teens dragged behind cars on tabletops. How it can all go wrong.
It swung out of control and slammed into a parked car with deadly force.
Then, Don't Kiss My Baby. The new mom who slapped Granny away.
They say they were just kidding around, but has the joke backfired?
Could you believe the backlash?
Plus, look what he found at the side of the road.
Why are there so many puppies?
Now, Inside Edition Weekend with Mary Calvi.
Hello, thanks for joining us. We begin today with heart-stopping moments when police rescue a little boy who had been abducted during a carjacking. On the body cam video, you can see that in the back seat, they find the most precious cargo, 2-year-old Giovanni. He had just one question: where's my mom?
Approaching this SUV, these cops are in for a shock.
Got him. 027. Vehicle's unoccupied. We have the kid.
Just 2 hours earlier, a carjacker took off in the black Kia with a child still in the back seat. The crime was captured on a neighbor's doorbell camera, and you can see the boy's desperate mom running down the street pleading for help.
Help me. Somebody just took my car with my kid in it.
Police released this photo of the missing child, asking for the public's help. Then, pay dirt. Now opening the door of the abandoned SUV, cops in Colorado Springs can breathe a sigh of relief. Unharmed in his car seat, there's 2-year-old Giovanni, and he has a question. The officer calms the little boy down.
Hi, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm with the police department. We're gonna get your mama, okay?
So, how did the cops find the stolen SUV so quickly? They used a technology called automated license plate recognition, or ALPR, which uses images of the vehicle's plates to track its movements.
It was absolutely a relief. You saw the child start to cry, and I think everybody was heartbroken over that.
A wild ride with a happy ending.
Oh, thank goodness. Police are still looking for the suspect who stole, then abandoned the car. Remember this iconic scene from Catch Me If You Can when Leonardo DiCaprio pretends to be a pilot with a crowd of flight attendants on his arm? Well, authorities are saying there is a new real-life version.
Cops say he's a real-life catch-me-if-you-can scammer, posing as a pilot to score free flights.
It sounds like the plot of the movie Catch Me If You Can.
Authorities say his only professional aviation experience was that he used to be a flight attendant. 33-year-old Dallas Pekornik allegedly lived the high life and traveled the world in his pose as a pilot. Here he is in Mexico City, Belgium, Amsterdam. Prosecutors say as a fake pilot, he obtained hundreds of free flights over the course of 4 years. They say he sometimes requested the so-called jump seat, the spot in the cockpit typically reserved for off-duty pilots and airline employees.
Come fly with me.
In the 2002 Steven Spielberg movie Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo DiCaprio plays a con man who poses as a pilot, and it's based on a real-life story.
Are you a real-life pilot?
I sure am, little lady.
As somebody who was a former flight attendant, or really anybody who worked at an airline or at an airport, there's certainly some insider tips to this. This is certainly something having to do with what they knew before and how they're able to navigate the system now.
Pekornik was arrested in Panama and extradited to Honolulu, where he is facing federal wire fraud charges. He's pleaded not guilty. 200 million Americans are dealing with an Arctic blast, but instead of bundling up, lots of college students are heading out into the cold, skin exposed.
Baby, it's cold out.
We're definitely not